Good morning, guys. So it is Friday morning. We made it to the end of the week. Yay! So I think I mentioned it the other day, but when the weather changes the first time, like the big drastic change, like a big storm or whatever, I usually kind of go sideways a little bit. And it takes me a couple days to kind of adjust. I still have a little bit of a migraine. My whole right side of my head is like really, really tender. I kind of feel like I'm looking out of like a double vision on my right side, and my left side's fine, but my right side is not happy. So I'm definitely having a hemisphere migraine. I had it all day yesterday. I thought that I had kind of gotten it to go away, and so I ate a little bit, and it was awful. The nausea came back, the pain came back. I did actually get a lot of embroidery done, ironically. It's funny because it's the right side, so my left side sits where I get a lot of like natural light from outside, and my left side doesn't hurt. So I would embroider with my eye closed so that I could see what I was doing. I am very intent on getting these pieces done so that I can get the slips on the Dalmatic as soon as I have that pattern updated, because I have acquired 2 more projects, and the other project I want to get done, I want to get Cato's Dalmatic and this other project done before the end of November, because my timeline is that I want to get this new big project started on Thanksgiving weekend. So I'm very intent on getting it done, pain or no pain. I don't know if I'm digging myself a hole or not, but we'll find out. So today's card is number 37. Second chances bring success. I have a particular love for all things feline, but I will admit that I love all animals, so I'm not giving away any big secrets there. So I wrote a little bit about second chances. The struggles in your life are needed in order to grow. Yes, having fulfilled their purpose, they are no longer required. Stop looking into the past for the resolution of today. If you can continue to interpret life through the line of old beliefs, you will lose the truth of today and what is taking place now. In astrology, the black moon is the month that a second new moon occurs. So it's the second black moon, the second new moon of the month, where you can't see the moon in the sky. It is a sacred symbol of the language of the soul. The black moon represents the emerging insight, the awareness of opportunity rising in your psyche. It's like a second chance of breakthrough, and it can be very diamond-like, very firm, very focused. New moon is actually very important to me. Back when I was pregnant with my second son, I had this, I bought a book, and it was, I can't remember what it's called now, and I read it all the way through, and I remember thinking that this was going to be my new focus for a while, and it totally was for like a decade. What little did I know, right? So new moon is about your shadow work. New moon is the positive energy that gives fuel to working on the shadow work in a safe way. And the reason you do it that way has to do with the cycles of the moon. You don't want to focus all of your energy all of the time on shadow work. You need to give yourself light and blessing and rest and movement within that shadow work. And so, and I didn't know this when I first started doing shadow work. I just dove to the bottom and thought, I'm only going to focus on that. And that is not what the way you're supposed to do. Everything should come in balance, guys. Everything's in balance. Anyway, the tiger medicine indicates vibrant physical strength, vitality, and health. If you're lacking this or struggling with it, then pay attention to the balance between rest and activity. Stop reinforcing negative self-talk. Use your mind as your ally, conscientiously and intentionally. It is not about the mind dominating. It is about applying mind power to infuse you through with positive psychology. Tiger announces the time when your interactions with the world and your influence are increasing. You are being called to your spiritual path deeper with more solitude in preparation for that emergence. When you bring your spiritual light into the worldly adventures, you will become able to create an uplifting outcome of grace, compassion, otherwise not possible. The tiger reminds us to have courage in the face of any challenge and to alight with the divine in the face of that challenge. So, say you've got a new project, or like you're a program manager and you're getting started on this big project with a group of people, or you're about to teach a class, or you have this new art project you want to do. Tiger energy is about understanding the balance between preparation and action, and sometimes that preparation part doesn't look like it's a lot of activity. It's actually being quiet and letting your body rest and letting your mind rest a little bit, so that when you go back to focus on it, you have that strength and that vitality, and using that positive mind speak to prepare you for the action. Okay? So this is the prayer I wrote for it. I call upon the Father Sky and Mother Earth and the Great Divine. I call upon the tiger medicine of my ancestors for my body, mind, and soul. Through unconditional love and ancient wisdoms, I honor the strength and empowerment given for vitality, courage, and truth. I allow the energy to flow within my physical body, my energy body, my mind, my spirit, recognizing as it prepares me for the path ahead. With joy and love, compassion and grace, I accept and welcome this day with happiness in my aliveness. Through divine love, I accept this gift of my own free will. Blessed be. So I hope that helps you. Today's Celtic Daily Devotional. What do you most hope for? I feel like I've done this one recently, but I don't have the spoons to go back and look. So I apologize if this is the second time we've done what do you most hope for? Today's Friday reading is from the Awakening of Purpose, from the Collar of Compassion. I take my song this winter morning. I clarify my soul in the snows of winter, the crystals of truth, the crystal of nature, the crystal of knowledge, the crystal of darkness. In my breast, my being and my mind, 3 candles to cleanse my soul, from broad daylight, dim of night, till dim of night. Everlasting One, you create and renew wherever you will. I ask you to recreate and renew me in the clasp of your closeness. In the peace of your silence, I am rewoven. Teacher of my soul, when I am wrapped in gloom, bring me the lightness of humor, by whatever means you will. Teach me to surrender in the clear call of freedom, in laughter's gift, and show me the joy in curious questioning. What do I most hope for? Gatherer of healer of souls, may you be the first to the sight of any disaster, to lead the souls to peace and healing from their anguish. May your holy ones direct and guide all rescuers to recover all those who are living yet lost. I am asking a blessing on the facing of old age with its unfamiliar infirmities, lonelinesses, and isolation. May the wise ones holy in all ages bestow a living light of healing, solace, and companionship among them. As the deep treasury of winter opens its door, I look into my heart to see which personal gifts and talents I have been hoarding, that I may treasure these precious gifts by the holy use of action and practice. I love that for me, daily devotion really helps me kind of bring into my consciousness focus and awareness, because we get so wrapped up in the go, go, go. And I mean, I get up fairly early, and sometimes I get a little lost in my own stuff. The last 2 days with this migraine, I have not gotten up early. My body is definitely like telling me to slow down and rest and drink a lot of water, though I feel like I'm still dehydrated. And in that rest, my body, I know, is preparing me for the next boom, boom, boom things I need to do. And when I feel good, getting up early and working on daily devotional is a combination of, for me, I work on daily devotional, but usually most days I end up writing on my book a little bit, or my second manuscript. I'm always working on something. And sometimes my daily devotions come out a little late because I've dove into the well of getting my book written, or I allow the energy to carry me to where I need to go energetically. And I find that it's a true blessing to be able to work on self, but also share that process. And I don't know why I went that. Oh, what do you most hope for? That's what. I knew there was a purpose for me going down this line. Oh my goodness. What do you most hope for? My hope is that in sharing my daily devotional thoughts and writings and sharing this information, that my true hope is that it touches people so that they are able to feel like they're not alone in the process. I mean, I spent decades feeling very alone in the process, and we need community. We just need it, even if it's just through the computer. Like, I know social media has its negatives, right? Where you lose entire days and, like people come home from work and that's all they do. They don't get anything else done. I mean, I was asked for decades, how do you get so much done? Well, I don't have cable, so I don't get caught up in that. But I do have Netflix and YouTube and social media, right? Like, I'm not disconnected. But you temper it. And I think that technology has given us these amazing windows to share with each other different parts of our journey, right? So if you go onto YouTube, there's exercise people sharing that journey, people who are having weight loss, dietary changes, mental health changes, mental health discoveries. I mean, that's how I even discovered the idea that maybe I could go get a diagnosis and, I don't know, get help and validation for my otherness. But what do I hope for with daily devotions? I hope that we can come together as a better community and support each other in that journey so that it's not such an alone thing. And this Tiger card is very much about coming out, taking that second dark moon, that shadow, right? Taking that shadow work and transforming it into light and shared community and change that's diamond-like, that's firm and strong and bright. And if you think about how the light hits a diamond and it refracts and splits that light up and makes that light shine in so many different other places in the room, that's what I hope for. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go get some water, and I may turn the light off and sit in the dark a little bit. Have a blessed day, and I will see you next week in prayer. Blessed be.